Hey guys, welcome. We are live for the last time in 2020. It is Sunday, 11:30 a.m. Pacific where I'm at. So go ahead and post in the chat section any questions that you have. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're from, what time it is. I know 11:30 Pacific is 2:30 Eastern. So let me know where you are and what time it is and what you've got going on and what beverage you brought with you. I just have water today. So yeah, let's get started into this video. I want to give just a couple of minutes for people to join. I know, we had a major holiday, obviously, depending on what you celebrate. We celebrated Christmas this past week, just 2 days ago, actually. So I'm hoping to get some really great questions today about your pets. Maybe some of you got new pets over the holidays, which I don't typically think is pets aren't gifts. They are lifetime responsibilities, but I understand that sometimes you get dogs around the holidays anyway, so that's cool. JR is here. Thank you so much for being here, JR. What's the best dog for a small apartment? Well, there are actually lots of different dogs that do well in apartments. I would say that, obviously a smaller dog. So you have your smaller terriers, your chihuahuas, there are lots of different small dogs. The issue really, it's not always the amount of space you live in, but the amount of enrichment that you provide your dog and the amount of attention you give them, getting them outside to run and play. And so that's really what we need to be more concerned with. Of course, having giant dogs in small apartments isn't always a great idea because they're just, you wind up, you've got you and a giant dog and whoever else in your household, and it can make the space feel really tight and really small. Though there are some large breeds that do well in apartments. It's less about what dog you pick and more about what kind of pet parent you are, right? So making sure that regardless of the amount of indoor space, they do have their own space, that they get plenty of time outside for exercise and running. So that's really what I would be most concerned about. But thank you for asking that question right off the bat. I do have my notes here of things to go over. I do hope everyone had a nice holiday, so let me know in the chat if you celebrated Christmas or Hanukkah, or I think Kwanzaa started, or Kwanzaa was either yesterday or today. You can let me know if that's what you celebrate. You can post in the chat and let me know. And then if you got any really cool stuff that's like pet related, I actually have a few things here that I got for Christmas that I'm going to share with you guys because they're pretty cool, and I think that you guys will like them. Everything I'm going to talk about today is linked in the description of this video. So if I'm talking about something that I received for Christmas and you're like, ooh, I would really like that too, the description of this video, which is right, at least on a desktop or laptop, is right down below the video, has links to everything, so you can grab one yourself. So Kim, my dog Kim, which y'all should be pretty familiar with by now because she is in most of my videos, she's actually very calm for me recording. Like, she normally does not like for me to be recording, though a live is a little bit different. But she is on her bed next to me, kind of laid out, like just resting, relaxing. So I'm not going to wake her up to try to be in the video. I don't want to disturb her. She's happy and content, so I'm going to leave her right where she is. But she did get a few new squeaky toys and some treats. And the treats she's kind of iffy about. It was something I hadn't bought before. And they're like a special Christmas edition of the Zooks treats. So she's kind of iffy about them. So I didn't want to show you guys those or link to them because I don't know. I'm not even 100% sure that she likes them. So I didn't bring those to show you, but she did get some new squeaky toys. And the reason I bring that up is because, ooh, let me pull my notes back up. The reason I bring that up is because Kim has so many toys. Like, I have over the years bought bigger and bigger and bigger baskets to put her toys in, and right now we have a pretty darn big basket. It's I mean, almost as big as me sitting here. Like, it's a pretty big basket. She has lots, and I mean, more toys than you can imagine for one little dog. So, I am actually going to have to, because I got her even more toys for Christmas, I'm going to have to declutter and, like, get rid of and hopefully donate some toys that she maybe doesn't play with too terribly often. And I'm bringing that up because I'm actually going to share doing that on my other channel. So if you guys, and you probably don't know because I don't talk about it a ton. Of course, I have this channel, which is like my main channel for you guys, and I talk all about dogs and cats and training dogs and dog behavior and enrichment, and this is my main channel. But I also have a second channel. It's called Home Sweet Farmhouse, and in the description of this video there is a link to my link tree, and my link tree has a link to my other channel. But you can also just go to YouTube and type in Home Sweet Farmhouse, and I think it's probably going to be, it might even be next Sunday. It'll either be next Sunday or the Sunday after. On that channel, I'm going to be decluttering all of Kim's toys. And the reason why I have to do this in a video is because every time I sit down to do it, I'm not recording. Like, I haven't committed to doing a video about it or anything. I'm just trying to do it, and it doesn't get done. I literally will dump the whole basket of toys out, and they'll stay there for like a day or two, and I'll start to go through them, and I'm like, Kim, do you like this toy? Kim, do you like this toy? And she literally plays with every single toy I grab, so it just doesn't work out. Hey JR, thank you so much for that super chat. If you guys can't, or look over in the chat section, JR just did a super chat, and he did a super sticker, which is really cool. Yeah, it's like highlighted, and it's really super cool. Right next to where you type something, there's a little like $sign. If you click on that, you can do a super chat or a super sticker. They're incredibly cool. They help support my channel for me to continue to bring you guys content. So thank you so much for that, JR. Angela says, did you get my pic of Bounce? You know what, Angela? I got a notification. It was, I think, right after the live stream last week. I got a notification in the group that you posted a picture, but when I went to it, it wasn't there anymore. So I don't know if, I don't know what happened. I don't know if it got deleted somehow, or I'm not sure. Like, so the way the group works, and if you are watching and you're not in the group, the link is in the description. It's over on Facebook, and the way the group works, when you post something in the group, it doesn't automatically post. It sends me a notification to approve the post. And the reason I have it set up that way is so if anybody is posting a question, that I see it. Like, if posts just automatically get approved, I may not see it, and I want to make sure if somebody is taking the time and energy to post in the group that I'm actually responding to it, and I want to make sure that I'm responding to it. So yes, Facebook censors everything. You are absolutely right, JR. I have been thinking over the past couple of days, like, how can I get all of my followers out of Facebook and onto another platform? And I haven't figured that out yet. I don't know. Maybe a Patreon account. I'm not really sure. I'm considering that instead of the Facebook group, because, I mean, Facebook does. They censor everything, and quite honestly, YouTube censors a lot as well, because Google owns YouTube. But, you know, it hasn't gotten as bad as Facebook yet. So, yeah, so if you, like, have a channel you follow on YouTube, you're going to be able to go to that channel and see what they're posting. I will say I have seen some effects of censorship on YouTube, but it's pretty minimal so far. Facebook is, I don't know, if you guys have any recommendations, and this goes for everybody, whether you're watching this live or if you're watching a recording of this, if you have some suggestions for other platforms that you guys like to be on, let me know, because I am looking for a way to get off of Facebook, because I want you guys to actually I want you to get a lot out of the group. I want you to get the files. I want you to see the post. I want other people to see the posts so other people can respond and encourage. And with Facebook, that's really difficult. So that's a very good point, JR. Thank you for bringing that up. I have been thinking the past couple of days about ways to get off of Facebook. So we'll see how that works out. But I did want you guys to know that I am going to be decluttering Kim's toys. So if you have the same issue with, like, you just have way too many dog toys, make sure you just want to follow my other channel, because on my other channel I do Dollar Tree hauls, I do DIYs, a lot of Dollar Tree DIYs. I do, this past year I actually did a Michael's, like some shop with me's at Michael's for Halloween and things like that. And I also do decluttering and organizing. So it's kind of like all around the home. And we've done all sorts of things. We've repainted our kitchen cabinets. We've painted our bathroom cabinets. We have fixed broken table legs on a wooden table, which happens to be my most popular video, and it was all my husband's idea. It just needed to get done, and it was turning into a big project, and my husband said, hey, let's make a video out of this. And I was very hesitant. I'm like, nobody's going to want to see this. And let me tell you, it is the best video I have on that other channel. It's called Home Sweet Farmhouse. So I am going to be doing a, decluttering of dog toys in the next couple of weeks. It might even go live next Sunday. We'll see if I get it done quick enough. So make sure you subscribe to that channel as well. And I've been on that topic for too long, so let me go back to my notes. That's why I make notes, so that I don't go on and on and on about one topic. I'm going from topic to topic to topic. So anyway, Angela, about that picture of Bounce, I saw that you posted it, but then when I went to the group to approve it, it was gone. So I didn't actually get to see the picture. So maybe try again, and hopefully I'll see it this time, because I would love to see the picture of Bounce. So check my other channel for cleaning out Kim's toy bin, because I have to do a video about it, otherwise it will not get done. And yeah, that's just how things go. So guys, I did want to mention, we all know 2020 has been a crazy year. I am so thankful that all of you have stuck with me and watched my videos here on YouTube, and it's just been very humbling, and I appreciate each and every one of you for all of the video views. I love being able to bring content to you. Of course, the beginner dog training series came out this year, which was amazing, and I love that I have that resource now to be able to send people to, and it's completely free for you and anyone else who needs help with their dog. That playlist is also linked in the description. But going into 2021, which is in just a couple of days, by next weekend we will be in 2021. I'm kind of hoping to shift gears a little bit and bring you more nutrition content. So let me know if that interests you, or if it doesn't interest you. Let me know what you're looking forward to in 2021, the things you want to learn, how you want to work with your dog, the things you want to improve with your pets, whether it's your dog or your cat, so I can start getting an idea of things that you guys want to see it's going to be really helpful for you. So I'm kind of hoping to look a lot more into holistic modalities. So we talked, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we talked about how I am starting to look into more holistic remedies for heartworm prevention for Kim, because we are going to be moving, which I'm also documenting on the other channel, Home Sweet Farmhouse. So that's another great reason to subscribe to that other channel. So but I don't want to just blindly give neurotoxins to my dog. Like, I have seen so many horror stories about it, and believe me, I used to do it with other dogs that I've had. I used to give my cats Revolution, the like topical on their backs, and one time I gave one of my cats a topical treatment of Revolution because he had a really terrible ear infection going on that the vet just could not get under control. We were trying and trying and trying. This was before I learned anything about fresh food and all this other stuff. And he said, just in case, like, he would swab the ear and do, look under the microscope. It doesn't look like he has ear mites, but let's do the Revolution just to make sure, because it also helps with ear mites, kill ear mites. And he actually got a chemical burn on his back from the Revolution. And I just, from there on, I said, absolutely not. I'm not ever doing this again. The vet wanted him to have another round of it 2 weeks later. And I said, there is zero chance. And he was like, yeah, I get it. Zero chance I'm ever putting this stuff on my pets again. And then I started seeing what was happening in other animals. And I don't want to get off on a tangent again, but that helped me, like, to start realizing it's not just food that we need to be thinking about and feeding fresh food. We also need to be thinking about the other things that we're doing, these vaccines we're giving to our animals, and the monthly, chemicals that we're putting on their backs or that we're feeding them with heartworm pills. So heartworm is a serious issue, and it's devastating to dogs, and I don't want to minimize it or make light of it at all. I am concerned about it. I'm just looking for better ways. So that's one thing I know for me, I'm going to be learning more about in 2021. And of course I will share with you guys everything I learned, because that's the whole point, right? Like, what good is, I can use my knowledge to better my pets' lives, but the reason I'm here is to also help better your pets' lives. So if I can learn something new and inform you guys, that's like a win-win, right, for everybody, because my dog and my cats are going to benefit, but your pets will also benefit, and that's the whole goal. So we do have a couple more viewers I see just have tuned in, so make sure to post any questions you have in the chat section. You can also post comments if you have comments. Right now I am trying to find out, I'm asking you guys to post in the chat section what your goals are for learning more to help improve your pets' lives in 2021, because I want to make sure that I am bringing you guys all the best content, everything you actually want to see. So go ahead and start posting that in the chat section. I would love to hear about it. And let's see, here we go. Okay, so I told you in the beginning, I was going to share with you a few things that I got for Christmas that I think you guys would really love. I do need to take a drink because my mouth is drying out, so give me just 1 second, and while I'm taking a drink, make sure to post any questions you have in the chat section, okay? Whew. All right, so all of these are linked in the description of this video. I did just get these on Christmas, so I haven't read them yet. I'm super excited to start digging into them, and my husband already said we have to be cleared to be able to go on vacations in 2021, so I can get all of these books read. Because I actually got a lot more than what I'm going to show you, but these are the ones pertaining to pets. So I got this one. It is Raw and Natural Nutrition for Dogs. It is by Lou Olson. I have had this on my list for a while now, and I finally got it, and I'm super excited to start reading it. The way I like to tackle books like this, and I know I've shared with you Dr. Judy Morgan's book, Yin and Yang Nutrition for Dogs, is by first reading through the whole book, and as I read through the book, I can kind of either make notes or put little sticky tabs onto things that I think I want to come back to, and then after I read through it, I can use it more as like a reference guide. So what's really cool, there's like, oops, I just passed one table here, about supplements he's got here, heart supportive supplements in here, and let's see what else. I'm just gonna thumb through. There's like recipes in here, puppy weaning diet recipes he's got in here. So there's just so much really great. There's a morning meal. It's a mix of kibble and fresh food, which I'm going to talk more about that in just a couple of minutes. So yeah, so there's really great things that are good for motion sickness, pancreatitis. I mean, I'm really, really super excited about this book, and I hope you guys take a peek at it as well. It is linked in the description below. So this is one of the books that I got for Christmas this year. And the next one that I want to show you is Dr. Pitcairn's Complete Guide to Natural Health for Dogs and Cats. So this is also something that I've had on my list for a while. This is an incredibly interesting book because it dives even deeper into nutrition, but it's not just about nutrition. But I mean, it even shows you things like what is in all these different meats. It lists all these different meats. There's, you know, hamburger, lean hamburger, roasted chicken, regular hamburger, lean venison, and it actually tells you how many grams of protein, fat, and carbs are in, you know, per pound of that specific type of meat, which is very helpful when you're trying to put your own diets together for your dogs, if you're, you know, because you want to balance as best you can. And then let's see, here's, you know, responsible pet management. So it goes into all sorts of things. This one isn't just about nutrition, vacations and travel. He talks about saying goodbye, you know, so coping with the death of a pet. I mean, there's so many wonderful things in this book that I'm really, really excited to read this one as well. Like I said, I like to read all the way through a book and then kind of tag things that I can go back to and reference later, like recipes, right? So these are things that I think I'm going to want to come back to later. And let's see, feeding dogs with extra needs is in here, preventing dog bites, vaccine. So he just talks about so many things in this particular book. I'm really excited to read this one as well. Again, it is linked in the description below if you are also interested in this. So the third book I want to share with you is not really about pets, but I wanted to lump it in here because I feel like you can still reference it for pets. But more than likely, these other books and some other books that I have are already going to touch on healing foods for pets. But this one is actually for humans. And I also wanted to share this one with you. It is humongous, but it is supposed to be like one of the best books on the topic for humans. It's also linked in the description. It is over 700 pages. So again, while a book like this that's over 700 pages is generally more of a reference type book, what I like to do is read through everything and kind of make notes in the pages or leave little sticky tabs so I can go back to things that I feel like I'm going to want to refer to later. But it is kind of a reference book. So what you're doing is you have an issue, right? So you go to the reference in the back and you find your whatever issue you have going on. So like this one says, let me just find one. Epilepsy is on 335. So what are we going to talk about epilepsy in this book? We're going to talk about foods that are going to help you heal when you have epilepsy, right? So here we go. Deficient liver, yin, and blood. So there's so many different things in here. It is kind of, you know, a reference guide, but I'm just really getting into like not using pharmaceuticals because really they're not designed to cure us. They're designed to, sorry, sweet pea, prolong our lives, whether we suffer or not. So Anyway, I wanted to share those with you. I do have one more thing that I got for Christmas that I want to share with you. I am so incredibly excited about. I will be making a video all about this particular item and using it with my dog. If you guys have used it, let me know in the chat, or if you're watching this later, in the comments. I got the Embark Dog DNA Kit. I have been wanting this for quite some time, and I'm just, I don't know, guys, like, this is just the coolest thing to me. It's so fun. Like, what practical purpose does it have? I mean, it does say that it screens for over 190 genetic health conditions, but I mean, that's just, again, a reference point. That's not like an actionable item, I don't feel like, but so much fun. Like, nothing is going to change. I love Kim just as she is. It doesn't matter what this comes back as. I just think this is so fun to do. I have seen other people do it and just been very envious that they have done it. So I cannot wait to do this. I'm actually going to be, like I said, doing an entire video on this. There is a link in the description. I know Embark has a sale going on through the 31st, so make sure, December 31st, make sure you check the link in the description, because it will take you to the sales page where you can get, they have a couple different things going on, but they have a pretty decent deal going on right now for getting your own Embark DNA Kit for your dog. So if you are at all interested in doing this with your dog, click the link in the description and go to the Embark website, check out their deals, and oh my goodness, I just cannot wait to do this video, because I know once, like, we send the sample in, it's going to take some time to get the results back, but I'm just so excited for it. It's just so fun. Like, that's my idea of fun, guys. Very cool. Where did you get that? Do you have a link? Yes, the link is in the description to get your own Embark DNA Kit. Check it out. I think you'll have as much fun with it as I'm going to, because I am super, super excited. Alright guys, so let's see. If you have any other questions, now is the time to post them in the chat, because it's getting to be lunchtime for me, so I'm going to end this video here in just a few minutes. If you have any questions at all, post them in the chat. I do have a couple of questions that were submitted ahead of time that I can answer, but I would really love to answer your questions live. So make sure, whatever question you have, go ahead and post it in the chat. And then there's one more thing that I do want to tell you about for 2021. I kind of hinted earlier that I was going to talk about it later, so I'm going to talk about it real quick before we end the video. I'm going to take one question that was submitted earlier to me through email, because it's worth talking about. Tried to send again. Okay, Angela, actually, while we're here, let me go ahead and see if I got it. Not yet. Not yet. Go to the group. I'm looking for... Nope. Yeah, I don't have any pending posts, Angela. What you can do is, if you're having trouble posting in the group, Angela, you can message it to me, to my page on Facebook. That might be a little bit easier. But right now it's showing I don't have any pending posts in the group. But again, like I said, trying to get off of Facebook. So if you guys have any other recommendations or suggestions for platforms that you like to use, I'm considering Patreon. But if you have any other suggestions for platforms you like to use that you would like to see me on, let me know, because I am very much open to suggestions. I'm in the phase of, brainstorming, so I'm very, very open to suggestions. Let me know what platforms you would like to see me on, and maybe get that, one-on-one interaction that the group feature in Facebook is supposed to be providing. It's just not doing a great job of it right now. So I want to make sure that I'm getting that one-on-one interaction with you guys, and that I'm here for you to answer your questions. So, my question. I'm going to answer a question, and I'm going to tell you about the 2021 challenge we're going to do together. So let me pull my notes back up, because I did have a question submitted to me outside of this live video. It says, what is the best training collar for a dog? And I wanted to answer it on this live stream because there is no good training collar for a dog. Training is not about the equipment that you use. Any equipment that you use, really, like a long line is considered equipment. Treats are going to be equipment for training. Collars are not. Like, that's the only way to use a collar to train is by using fear and pain. And I don't like putting pressure on a dog's neck, period. So there is no good reason, in my opinion, to put pressure on a dog's neck. There's too many things in their neck. It's too sensitive. You've got, veins and arteries. You've got their trachea, their esophagus. You're going to damage. So I do not recommend using any training collar whatsoever. I actually prefer using harnesses. Collars for me are decorative. So if you have a dog who happens to like collars, or if you have a collar on because you need their identification tag, that's a good, that's a good use of it. But for training purposes, absolutely not. No training collars. I don't want any pressure on their neck. It's inhumane. It's unfair to them. It causes pain and fear. So let's not use training collars. Let's use treats. And if you are, whenever you attach your leash to your dog, make sure you're doing it with a harness that fits well. So maybe Angela could send the picture via email. Do you have a support email? Yes, Angela. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the description of this video, there is an email address. It says for business inquiries only, but you can go ahead and use that email address and I will get it. So Angela, you are welcome to do that. I would love to see the picture of Bounce. So go ahead and use that email in the description of the video. And when I get it, I'll post it in the group and tag you. So it'll be there. And okay, so now that we have discussed why you should not be using a collar, and certainly no training collars, they're crutches and we don't need them, right? We use treats to train. So if you have any other questions, now is the time to post them. I'm going to go ahead and end this with one more thing we're going to be doing this year, and I'm going to get the video up on this channel in the next couple of weeks. We're going to be doing a 2021 pet food challenge, fresh food challenge. So I'm going to do the video to get it to kick it off, but you guys are getting a sneak preview of it. So in 2021, I'm going to be challenging all of you, all of my viewers, everybody in my group, everybody that follows me. I'm going to be challenging you to replace some of your dog's food with fresh food. It's not difficult. It's not expensive. In fact, in many cases, you can do this with items that you're already buying, grocery items you're already buying for you and your family. And so I'm going to give you a whole list of ideas of foods that you can replace just a little bit of your dog's kibble with. You're going to see such amazing results that you're going to want to completely switch over. But the challenge is to just start feeding a little bit of fresh food, because even adding a little bit of fresh food to your dog's diet is going to make a huge difference in their overall health. So that video is going to go live on this channel in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm going to be posting about it in the group as well. And hopefully by the end of January, I will have a better solution so we can get off of Facebook. So let me know your thoughts on that as well. Because I do like that, you know, the way a group works in Facebook is it's good for communication, in my opinion. So let's see what we can do with that. Leave me your suggestions. If you're watching this after the live is over, it'll be in the comment section. Right now, you can post in the chat section. So yeah, let's see what we can do with that. We're gonna get our 2021 Fresh Pet Food Challenge underway here in just the next couple of weeks. I'm really excited to do that, and I hope you are ready to participate. And again, I'm going to give you a whole bunch of ideas of foods to do this with and exactly how to do it, what you should be doing. And yeah, so thank you so much for being here with me today, guys. I really appreciate each and every one of you. I really, from the bottom of my heart, you know, there would be no reason for me to do this if it weren't for you. So I really appreciate you. And yeah, I'll see you guys in 2021, if you can believe that. We're almost there. Almost there. Let's, you know, cheers to a better 2021. Though I have to say 2020 was not that bad for me personally. I know a lot of people had a really rough year. The worst part for me was not being able to, you know, get out and see my family and travel as much as we normally would be able to. That was definitely the worst part for me, but here's to a better 2021, and thank you again so much for supporting me here on YouTube, and I will see you guys next year.